Hey fellow art gym goers, I'm Ol, your art gym buddy. Today I want to talk about art tests, what I think about it, and some experiences I had with companies doing art tests. If you're interested in a position and a company offers you to do an art test, and so happens you run into this video, then definitely watch it and learn from my mistakes. First of all, I want to answer that common question. Should I even bother doing art tests? If you're just starting out and don't have a strong portfolio to show to a company you're applying to, how else they gonna know you're worth the position, right? On the other hand, if you have a portfolio in just an example realistic style or realistic 3D modeling, this applies to both 2D and 3D, and company you're applying to has a stylized art style, then obviously you might not have another choice other than do that art test if you really want to work there. Now, if you have a portfolio that suits the style and requirements for the position, an art test might not even be asked to do. But there are so many talented artists that sometimes I guess they just gotta choose somehow. Anyway, off with that. I'm going to show you an art test I've done in past for a stylized games company, Chameleon42, and its Russia headquarters. And it was an open test for a position. I was in search of an employment and doing any art test I was given and could get my hands on. I was doing isometric buildings, user interface, characters, icons. Don't do that. I recommend sticking to somewhat not one direction and not trying to split yourself in quarters. So this particular company test was quite fun and amusing to do. It was a stylized character concept from a brief and needed to fit an existing game world and fit with other characters in it. It was to make an alien kid who came on Earth and befriended some kids on a farm. He was dressed in shirts, he was shirtless, had 4 arms, typical alien look, typical alien eyes. He loved cola and had a baseball hat. That was the brief. Also, he had a self-made hoverboard, quote, made with crap and sticks. Yeah, you heard right. Now, let's have a look at how it turned out. And not quiet. And I've actually made it with crap and sticks. Wow. And see, I lived out of Russia for most part of my life now. Little did I know, it was actually a Russian expression for DIY made. But yeah, excuses. I don't think they ever got back to me, but I'm sure they all had a great laugh. Would I do an art test for them again? I would. And maybe instead of crap and sticks, I'd do it with the crab sticks. So, do a good research on your game company. Read the description well. And for God's sake, don't hesitate to ask, or you'll end up in a similar hilarious situation like I did. You should have heard my wife laugh at me for it. Can't blame her. So these are some tests I've done, and some of them are hilarious and some were pain, as I was actually learning on the fly, which I can say teaches you at least working with deadlines. And if you can deliver that art test, already is a win for you. I know that if you're employed and have a good strong portfolio, you can ask that your art test is paid for, so you don't waste any of your time. But I didn't have the portfolio or an art job, and doing those art tests is a good experience and actually finding out if you like doing it or not. So maybe you thought UI was fun, and it is. UI is definitely a lot of fun, wonderful job, and well paid too. Just some other positions might be more enjoyable, particularly for you, like you're in love with creating characters and worlds. Now, putting those into a portfolio isn't a great idea, especially the failed ones. Plus, if you're doing different stuff like I did, it would be an absolute mess of a portfolio, and some art tests do come with quotes prohibiting the use of the materials in that art test, meaning you can't even put it into your portfolio. But then for me, it's not about putting a piece in a portfolio, it's finding that perfect team to help create awesome projects and grow professionally and personally. Also, art test is a way for you to find out, are you ready? Can you, with a deadline, can you deliver quicker without losing quality? You're going to put more into it and be more organized while doing that art test because it's for a job. And of course, there's a chance that with the reply you can get some feedback from a professional. And a lot of times they will provide with a brief reply, but a reply is something already. Don't put yourself down if they don't reply at all. This happens to everyone. It's just not possible to reply to all applicants. So guys, I'm all up for our tests. Some of you may not agree, and I would definitely hear your thoughts and points in the comments. Let's talk about it. Art gym is democratic. It's just at that point of your career, you will do everything to get that dream position in art you have your goal set to. I have learned to see which types of tests I should avoid and which job to avoid because I didn't enjoy working with it. I didn't feel for it. And I know that to get your first job you need to do whatever it takes. But still, if you can try and go that one direction you enjoy working with, do it. And in case you're wondering, what is that Black Widow drawing doing here? It's simply me trying out comic style drawing. Following a workshop, which was a couple of hours drawing session of a cool Ukrainian artist Igor Loboda. And again, it turned out not good. But I enjoyed just drawing for a time being and not thinking of how other people will see my drawings and say it's ugly and oh god I can't draw, which happens to all artists. Sometimes you gotta have fun. This is why I do those kinds of sessions, challenges and etc. And those are for another video. So I definitely recommend doing art tests if you're given it. You win in any case, in my opinion. It's great experience finding yourself, because when I just started I was doing everything. It's because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just looking for a job blindly. I tell you, I was so lost. Any job. But this way, by doing art tests and learning from them, I found out what exactly I want to do and where I want to be in say a year's time or 2 years or 5. Guys, I'll see you next time. Do your art tests, do your exercises, and let's get those art muscles pumped up. Let's do it.